Hello, Leo. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn. Supportive Oracle cards, and I know it lists itself as a tarot card deck, but I think there's major differences. So I use it as an Oracle deck, but if you're familiar with it or if you like it, do it. Use it as you wish. I like this deck, so I wanted to use it. It's the Akashic Tarot by Sandra Ann Klingler and Sharon Ann Taylor. No, Sharon Ann Klingler. Sandra Ann Taylor is the other person. Ooh, okay. If you have the deck or you get the deck, you'll see and you are familiar with the tarot, I think you'll see why I kind of view it as more of an oracle deck. Everybody has their own opinion. I just think it's a good deck. It just kind of like when I try to use it as a tarot, it tends to throw me off a little bit. So, because I try to honor the pictures, that's how I read, like the images and the information I'm getting through the images, and it just doesn't seem to match for me. So, good deck though. I like it. Obviously, that's why I'm using it. Okay. What do we have for Leo? Five of Scrolls, one key. It says the Architect and it says one of keys, but I keep getting one key. And when I'm feeling this one key energy, it's kind of like, where the blank did this key go? Like, you know when you have like a random key or two on your ring of keys, like your car keys and house key, and then you're like, what? Like, where did I get this key from? Every now and then that happens to me. I have this key and I'm just like, all right, what does this key go to? Like, who gave me that key? Why do I have it? And it's kind of like that one key. You're like, I have this one key. It's almost like I have the key, but where's the door? And what's the door go to? It's kind of like I have something. And it's kind of like having the itching moment, kind of like I need to go do something. And I know I need to do something. I know it has something to do with whatever subject. It may be a person, like maybe a daughter or a child or a relative. I'm getting a lot of female influence here. Doesn't mean it has to be, it's a general read, but like there might be one person you're like, I need to do something with them. I just don't know what, and I don't know why I'm feeling that. You might have that inkling too. Like, I don't know why, but I feel like I need to do something with them. Not just see them, not just talk to them, but I need to do something with them. And you got the King of Cups backing that up. Like, I really want to do something with them. I just don't know what exactly it is. And you got diversity here right below it. I feel like you're going to communicate with them easily. I don't think that's a challenge anyway. But I think the trick is get them talking and find out what they want to do. And then just make it happen. Leo is good for getting what they want done. Leo is great for that. In this situation, they're like that feeling, that key, let the other person lead you to the door that key belongs to. Because you're feeling this urge is what I'm getting. If this is really hitting, it's kind of like somebody keeps rolling around in your head and like, I should do something with that person. I really want to do something with them. Talking with them and communicating is not an issue. I do that all the time. But I want to actively, like, I want to go on a hike, or I want to go to the mall, or I want to go have dinner, or I want to like include them in a project or something. But I don't know what. Talk to them. Find out what they want. Like, let them know. I want to do whatever it is you want to do. I want to do something in this area with you, work or hiking or shopping, whatever it is you want. Because for some of you it is shopping, and that's not bad. I don't know why people look down on that, but I think it's fine. Whatever makes you happy. And then say, what would you, I want to do this. What do you think about that? And they'll fill in the blank for you. That's where we're starting. You want them to fill in the blank. Because I feel like you might have gone, for some of you, you might have kind of gone towards this person a couple times and actually done things with them, whatever that is, but it just seems like there's always this nagging thing, like there's something I need to do still. Even though I've done stuff with them, I just feel like there's something left undone. Ask them what they want to do. Let them fill in the blank. That's what you need. I'm noticing this in the environment. I don't think this is bad, but this is a card that people don't like to see, just to fairly warn you. It's the Devil card. The reason I don't think it's bad is because they want something. They want something and they don't think, or they're not able to really fulfill it. There's something they want that they haven't fulfilled yet. and they might feel guilt or they might feel held down by it, like almost like they don't have the right to ask for this, or they don't have what it takes to make this happen. This is where you come in, Leo, because I really feel like Leo is that one, and you can tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. Like, rules are meant to be broken. Kind of like rules, they're fun. Here's what we're gonna do with that. Like, if you believe in a rule, that's one thing. But if it's kind of like, that's kind of a frivolous rule, I really don't believe in that. So, you know, you have certain rules you have no problem breaking. Like, certain people are like, well, you know, no U-turn on this road. Guess what? I'm gonna do what I want. There's nobody here. It's the middle of the night. There's nobody here. I'm gonna break that. That would be Leo saying, I'm just gonna do what I want. Like, there's nobody here. It's not gonna hurt anybody. Stupid rule. I'll do what I want. That would be Leo, in my opinion. Let me know in the comments. Unless you believe in it, whatever. But you know what I'm saying. If you believe that rule should be held no matter what, no matter when, then you'll adhere to it. But you know what I'm saying. Because they need to break some rules. I'm getting that. They're feeling guilty too with that devil card, but they need to break some rules. And if they tell you what they really want to do, if you get them to really tell you, because I feel like it might come forward like that. They might like jokingly come forward, kind of like, oh, what I'd really like to do is blah blah blah, but we know that's not right. And you might be like, well, it's not that bad. I feel like you might come across like, well, it's not that bad. I mean, we could do that. I don't see why we can't do that. I feel like that would be your reply to that. Like, I don't see why we can't do that. Whatever it is. It's not like breaking into Fort Knox or anything like that. It's not like a big bad thing. But to you, I feel like it's kind of like a frivolous, like, I don't think that's a big deal. It's almost like, you know, someone of advanced age, I don't know why I'm going there, dyeing their hair rainbow colors. And there'd be a lot of people going, oh, no, you can't do that. And I feel like you'd be like, well, why? That's a stupid rule. Just do it. I'll help you do it. I feel like that would be you, kind of like, why? Why can't you do that? You want to do that? I say we do that. I'll help you do it. And they're like, you think so? But what about what people say? And I feel like your first response would be like, well, blank what people say. Fill in that blank however you want. Do what you want. It's not their life. You should be happy. Do it. That's what you want. Do it. I feel like that would be your response to that. So it's something frivolous to me. Like, when you look at it, it seems frivolous to you. Like, I don't see the problem. Just do it. I'll help you do it. And I feel like that's kind of fun for you. Kind of like, okay, let's break this rule. Let's do it. I keep doing the air quotes. What's up with that? Because I feel like you're literally helping them break out of the ruins. Caught in the ruins with the Three of Pentacles is kind of like somebody feels trapped. And I feel like you're looking at this and you're aware that they feel trapped. And they're just like, and you're kind of like, you don't need to be trapped in that. Just do it. I'll help you do it. It's fine. You can do this. Let's do this. You're working to get them out of this trap. Because you also got like this. I like this. Oh, I really like this with you. Eight of Swords. I really feel like this is Leo too. Leo would be that one to go, you know what? It looks like you're trapped. I understand that. And I can understand if I was there. Maybe I'd feel that way too. Maybe. But I would also be like, well, how much of this is really holding me down? Are those swords close enough to keep me from advancing in any direction? Or can I walk between them? Are these ropes so tight that I can't break them? Or if I just kind of relax myself and shimmy around a little bit, will they start loosening up and can I get out of them? Like, you would be that one, kind of like, you know, how trapped am I really? Because it reminds me of the Aries reading I just did. Kind of like, if things aren't right, maybe for a moment you catch me, but it won't be long before I'm like, well, this isn't working for me. What other options do I have? What other loopholes, what other the cracks in the surface can I get through to get out of this situation? And I feel like you're trying to teach this to this person. Like, sometimes life traps you, but if you take a moment and you really think about it, there's usually a way to get out of that trap. You're maybe not as trapped as you thought you were. And you're trying to, I feel like you're doing, that's why the Three of Pentacles is here. You're trying to teach this person, you shouldn't just accept that life has trapped you. You shouldn't just accept this rule, this is the rule, and I can't break this rule, I'm not allowed to for whatever reason. Well, maybe you should really think about that. Like, why? Why are you not allowed to break that rule? When other people have broken that rule, what has happened and why is it bad? Do you believe it was bad when they broke that rule? Whatever said rule is. I'm trying not to use the air quotes there. You are having a very I love the fact that you have the Eight of Swords and you're like, but you're like teaching with it, kind of like, no, we don't accept the Eight of Swords. We don't accept the trap. We address the trap and we're like, do we really need to be trapped here? Are we really trapped here? Are we really? I feel like that. Oh, I love that. I just love how that feels. You're giving them this Ace of Pentacles. I know fire is your thing. Leo's fire, I get it. But this Ace of Pentacles is kind of like you're giving them this piece of wisdom that they can really grow with. Kind of like, listen, stop accepting what life throws at you and just feel like you're stuck with it. Change it. You don't like it, change it. Look at it. Really research it. Decide, is that really true? Are you really stuck with it? They're going to have a very successful path forward. The better they learn this, the more they understand that that's literally how life goes. You don't just accept what's thrown at you. You look at it and you say, wait, am I really trapped with this? Do I really need to be? They've got the Six of Cups, the Light of the World, and the Bird's Nest. Now, they're not the quickest in the sense of like, I'm not saying they're slow, by the way. But Leo, when you have an idea and you're going to move on it, there you go. Like, you got like, it's almost like you have rockets on your feet. There you go. I've made up my mind. Here we go. And there you go. So they don't move as fast as you. So that's why I'm saying they're not slow. It's just they don't move as fast as you. But the Six of Cups, I love when this comes in here because it's kind of like they're looking at like, how many times have I accepted things that I haven't needed to accept? And I feel like you're showing them like there's a lot of things in their life that they've accepted in the past that they didn't need to do that. And instead of feeling bad about that, they've got the Light in the World and the Bird's Nest, kind of like, wait a minute. So all that happened. So I didn't like all these things that happened, and I accepted things that I'm realizing I shouldn't have. Excuse me. All right, there's a hiccup came right there. So they may have a moment here where they're kind of like hemming or whining about the past, whatever. Like, missed opportunities. Wow. That was a strong hiccup. All right, we don't want them stuck in the past. We don't want that to happen. So you also need to remind them that, like, don't live in the past. If you learn from it, yeah, okay. Learn from it, don't get stuck in it. You might want to, like, really drill that home, too, at the same time when you're saying you're not locked into these things. You can move forward. You can find different ways. Also, remind them, don't learn from the past. Don't get stuck in it. Learn from it. Don't get stuck in it. Like, you might have to repeat that a few times. And tell them, plan going forward. Realize this is something you do. Realize this is something you don't have to accept. That light in the world, like shine with the light in the world in the sense of like, see the opportunities coming forward. Realize you learned it now and you could have went on 10 to 20 more years and not learned it. But you're learning it now and now apply it forward. Realize there's many people in the world who will never learn it and will just keep doing these things. At least you're learning it. See the positive here. Don't live in the past. Learn from it, don't live in it. Cool. You're like, I swear it's like a very guru moment here. For you. It's going to take them a while. It's going to take them a while to really get the hang of it. Do with that what you need to. I feel like you'll know how to handle that. Just realize they're not like, again, it's like you have rockets on your feet. You make a decision, there you go. You're just going to do it. They don't move that quick. They don't do things like that. They just don't do things like, whoever this person is, they just don't do things like that. Remind them, their way is their way. You do things your way, and that's cool for you. They do things their way, and that's cool for them. Just remind them, keep working at it. Keep working at it. Just don't accept things and keep looking at it, keep working at it, keep looking at it, keep working at it until you got it where you want it to be. If that's how your path goes, then do it according to your path. Just don't accept things that you don't like, that you feel like life has forced you into. Do not accept it. Keep looking for a way to change it. Good? Cool. I don't know why we're snapping, but there you go. Because I feel you watching this. And I feel like they're saying, be at peace with slow progression. You're going to check in every now and then. And I feel like when you hear certain things, you're going to be like, well, I wouldn't have just I wouldn't have handled it that way. I would have moved a lot quicker. And I feel like you're going to find different ways to handle things that you would have done things differently. Just encourage them and just tell them they're doing well and encourage them to keep going. Just go in that route. Tell them they're doing well, encourage them to keep going. Remember, they're living that life. They'll be fine. Because I'm seeing you watch this, and the Pinnacle energy there, like, you're seeing where this is having a good effect. But it's like, Leo isn't good for patience, not usually. So you're kind of like, oh, I would have had that taken care of by now. So it might be a little bit rough. But it's like, see it through their eyes. Because I feel like you're kind of like, this could go a lot better. Like, the way you're looking at it is like, you're going to have a lot of missed opportunities going so slow. I feel like that might be the hitch. Don't see it what's right for you. See it what's right for them. You might have to remind yourself of that every now and then. Just remind yourself of that every now and then. It's what works for them, not what works for you. They run differently than you run. What works for you is not going to work for them. Just encourage them, let them know they're doing well, and just encourage them to keep going. You may have a hard time listening to too much of it, because I feel like it'll frustrate you, kind of like, no, you got to go faster, you got to do that quicker, you got to just handle it faster. Step away, give yourself some space, because I'm getting the Buddha prepares with the views of the ego. I don't think this is bad. I don't think the views of the ego is a bad thing. I think this card is a lot of kind of like, look at yourself versus who you're looking at. You know what I mean? Realize you're different from them, and they're not going to do it the way you do it, and that's okay. But just when it gets to be frustrating, it doesn't mean you have to sit there and listen to it and just kind of, bite your tongue. Instead of just sitting there and listening to it, go do something else. Just kind of like, okay, cool. Hey, I'd love to talk more, but I got to go do some stuff. And just kind of go. And just, that's how I feel like that's the best way to handle that. Just kind of like, okay. Because it's going to frustrate you, kind of like, we need to do this faster. When you start feeling that way, just kind of excuse yourself, go do something else. And be like, oh, I got some stuff I got to do. I'm sorry, I'll be back. And just go. The Buddha prepares for you. I feel like this is a lot easier if you give yourself a break. And I feel like when I'm feeling this card for you, because I'm an intuitive reader, I go with what I'm getting off the card. It's kind of like giving yourself a relax or like a reprieve from the situation, like separating yourself away from it and giving yourself a buffer. It doesn't mean you have to be sitting there meditating. Just go do something else. That could be your version of meditating in this situation, if you will. I know it's a very loose connection there, but you know what I mean? Just getting away from it. It's a healing, helpful, good way for you to handle it where it won't drive you crazy. There's a lot coming forward. It's going to keep getting better for this person. This person's going to keep improving with this, and they're going to keep developing this in a way that works for them. I'm getting the it's the Seven of Scrolls. It says intricacies and industry. I do feel like this is annoying for you, but see it for what it is. I think it'll be fine, because this card here, the Four of Roses, comes in right above it. And they're like saying, be careful, just step away. Step away when you get annoyed. Just step away, you'll be fine. It's going to slowly build, but it's going to get better. And it's like, once this person really gets up to speed, I feel like you'll be happy with what they're doing. You'll understand like how they move. They're going to go faster the longer they go. They're going to get stronger the longer they go. The stronger they go, it's easier for them to speed up. And once they get up to their optimum speed, and they know what that is, that's for them to determine, they're going to do really well. You're doing really good things for this person. You're very much helping them out. But just remember, it's their path. This is what they got to do. It's just going to, it feels like, again, it's taking a long time for it to get to a level where you're like, I feel like you're looking at them like you've got a lot of things you're missing. You're like, you're going too slow. You're missing out on a lot. I feel like it's bothering you, because it's kind of like you're missing out on so much, and I want this for you. Go faster. But that's not their thing. So realize it is coming together. Realize it is going to become, they are going to become a lot more stronger, a lot more strength coming in, a lot more power coming in. But they have to do it on their terms. They have to build it in a way that works for them. Again, that's why you want to step away, so it doesn't drive you cuckoo, because it might drive you cuckoo. Anything else? All right. I think this is good. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.